Hello, Yankees Nation. I'm Ken, and you're here with the Ugly Truth. Today's live stream is going to be a preview of this weekend's series of the Yankees versus the Pirates. We're coming off of a rough series versus the Diamondbacks, so this is our third series of the year. Our record coming in is 4-2. I don't think anybody would complain if they look back to the beginning of the season. The Pirates' record is 2-4, and they are sitting, or 2-5, and they're sitting in the cellar of the NL Central standings. For tonight's game one, we have Max Fried going against Mitch Keller. For game two, we will have Marcus Stroman against Bailey Falter, and game three, Will Warren versus Andrew Heaney. Some interesting stats for the Pirates. Their team batting average is a 197, which is 23rd in Major League Baseball. They've only scored 19 runs, which puts them in the 25th spot. Their ERA is a 3.96, putting them in 15th, and their WHIP is a 1.4, which has them in at the 23rd best ERA in baseball. With regard to hitting, the 197 average, team average for the Pirates is 23rd in the league. Their 19 runs has got them set at 25th in the league. They've got 4 home runs, 24th in the league. Their on-base percentage is a 251, which is 15th in the league. And their slug is a 278, 28th in the league. So if you look at their offensive side of the table, they are not doing very well this season. Granted, we're only 6 or 7 games into the season, and there's definitely time to turn it around. The Pirates' team ERA at 3.96 is 15th in baseball. They've only allowed 3 home runs, which is second in baseball. The team WHIP is a 140, which is 23rd in baseball. And the batting average against the Pirates is a 251, which is 21st in the league. So teams may not hit a lot of home runs, but they get on base. If we look at trends from the Pirate pitchers, starting off with Mitch Keller, he throws 6 pitches, a 4-seam fastball running approximately 93 miles per hour, a slider, a sweeper, changeup, sinker, and a curve. He would be considered a high-low pitcher. He uses his 4-seam and a sinker in the upper quadrants of the strike zone, and he uses a curveball to finish batters off. Some of his key attributes: he doesn't tend to walk batters. He has a low barrel rate, so people aren't making hard contact with his pitches, and he has a high chase rate. What does this mean for the Yankees? We're going to have to show patience at the plate and take what he gives us. The Pirates haven't faced a home run hitting juggernaut like this, so they may be in for a big surprise. On our side of the ball, we have Max Fried leading off, and his traits are 4-seam fastball. He throws 7 pitches. 4-seam fastball that runs at about 94 miles an hour. He throws a sinker, changeup, sweeper, cutter, and a sinker. Fried is also considered a high-low pitcher. He uses his 4-seam, sinker and changeup in the upper quadrants. He uses a cutter, curveball, and changeup also in the lower quadrants. He is a pitcher that induces a lot of ground balls, so infield defense is going to be important for us. I see Dev hopping in and joining us. Welcome, Dev. His key attributes is they have a low exit velocity coming off the bat against Fried. They don't get a lot of barrels on his pitches. His hard hit rate is very low, and the ground ball rate is very high. As we saw in his first start, there were many hits that wobbled to third base, and that was one of Pablo Reyes' bad nights where he had a couple of errors. That was the 5-error Yankee game. And a lot of them were soft hit balls, people rushing throws. So hopefully we don't see that again today. The second pitcher for the series is for the Pirates is going to be Bailey Falter. Bailey Falter is a left-handed pitcher. He's basically a 4-pitch guy. He throws a 4-seam fastball, roughly 92 miles an hour, curveball, sinker, and a slider. He tends to throw his 4-seam and his sinker up, and he uses speed differential with his curveball and slider. His curveball comes in at 78 miles an hour, but he throws it out of the same arm slot that he does his 4-seam fastball. So it has some deception to it. And the slider is at 84 miles an hour. That's still a 8 mile an hour difference between his fastball and his slider. So you can tell that he's going to use those type of pitches to disrupt the hitters, trying to incite a lot of pop-ups, swing and miss stuff for heavy power hitters. Falter tends to have good extension. That means that, hey, Steven, how's it going? With good extension, he's throwing the ball what looks to be a shorter distance, so his fastball and his pitches will look faster than they actually are. Hey, Steven, how's it going? One of the pluses for Bailey Falter is he has a low walk rate, so he is going to be around the strike zone at any given time. He also has a low barrel rate because of the speed differential in his pitches and whatnot. So if the Yankees time him up, they could hurt this pitcher badly. We have Marcus Stroman locking up against Bailey Falter. Marcus throws a sinker as his primary pitch, runs about 93 miles an hour. He throws a slurve, a slider, a cutter, and sometimes a splitter and a 4-seam fastball about 89 miles an hour. Hey, Real Bill, how's it going? Glad that y'all could join. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Feel free. Marcus Stroman tends to be a in and out type pitcher, throwing pitches down in the strike zone. He is a person who also gets a lot of ground outs. So the first two pitchers that the Pirates are going to face are going to profile similarly. His pluses are he has a low hard hit rate and a high ground ball rate, i.e., he has a lot of movement on his pitches, and hitters don't tend to barrel him up much. In the finale, we have Will Warren. Hey, John, welcome to the stream. Going up against Andrew Heaney. Heaney is a former Yankee, and we've faced him several times. Heaney tends to throw 4 pitches. He is a four-seam fastball running roughly 90 miles an hour, slider, changeup, and curveball guy. He is all over the strike zone. He relies on changes in speeds and movement to keep batters off his fastball. He does have a lot of movement, and he has a high chase rate, some of his good attributes. He doesn't walk a lot of people. The barrel rate is very low, and the hard hit rate is consequently low. So he does a lot of he has a lot of ground outs also. Our guy going up against him is Will Warren. It'll be his second start of the season, and he features a 92 mile an hour four-seam fastball, a sweeper, change, sinker, and a curveball. Just from the tendencies that we've seen from him from last year to this year, he is an in and out type pitcher. He works all quadrants of the plate, makes it hard to barrel the ball up, and because his pitches have movement, he also has a decent strikeout rate. Heaney is also a left-hander, and we are going to be test with our albatross from last season is facing the left-handed pitching. At this present time, the Yankees offense is, with the exception of the 2 games that we faced and got hammered by Arizona, appears to be clicking on all cylinders. Our team batting average is a 278. We are 5th in the league in baseball. We have scored 53 runs, which has us second. We have 22 home runs, which is number 1 in baseball. Our on base percentage is a 357, which has us 5th in baseball, and our slug is a 649, which is number 1 in baseball. The relevant pitching stats that we have, our team ERA, not freaking great. It is a 4.67, 21st in baseball. We have given up 7 bombs, 14th in baseball. Our team whip is a 1.28, 18th in baseball. And the batting average against our pitchers is a 208, 11th in baseball. So we are not really in the top quadrants in pitching, and that's something that we were going to expect this season with our ace Garrett Cole being on the shelf, Luis Hill being on the shelf, and Clark Schmidt. So 3 out of our 5 starters from last season are not on the field, and we've had to mix, match, and shuffle. And our offensive prowess and defensive metrics have made up the difference. That's why we're 4-2. Team leaders. Hey, David, how's it going? Batting average. Aaron Judge leads the team with a 417 average, followed by Ben Rice with a 375, then Jazz Chisholm, 292, and Paul Goldschmidt, 250. Aaron leads the going to bring up a comment from Real Bill. If it lets me, jackass. And I agree with this. Middle innings have been somewhat puzzling. Yeah, because our pitchers aren't really stretched out. We are not getting deep into games with starters. I mean, Carrasco went 5 last night and secured the win, and Rodon went 6 the other night when we lost. So we've had to rely on our bullpen early, and some of our not overly proven talent has given up grand slams. Back to our home run counts for the team, we have Aaron leading with 5, Jazz has 4, Volpe has 4, Ben Rice has 2. RBIs, of course, Aaron Judge is at the top with 15. Jazz has 8 RBIs, as does Volpe, and Bellinger has 6 RBIs. The pitchers that have wins for us this season are Carlos Rodon, Yoendris Gomez, Carlos Carrasco, and Tim Hill. The team leader in ERA is Carlos Rodon with a 3.97 ERA, which is, like I said, not great, but he's doing what he needs to. Then we have Carlos Carrasco, our second, with a 7.36 ERA. Rodon leads the team in team strikeouts with 12. Carrasco has 7. Leiter has 7. And Fernando Cruz has 5. So, hey, Jonathan, how's it going? I am going to drop the link if you care to come up. Anyone? The Yankees bats have been awesome. I mean, we faced 2 number 1 pitchers, Corbin Burns in the last series, who had a lot of experience against us with his time at the Orioles. All right, no problem. And then Zach Gallen, masterclass in knuckle curveballs. The team didn't make good adjustments against him, and we paid the price with the 16 strikeouts. Last night we had 7 strikeouts, so we're getting better. Hopefully that trend continues. We have today's lineup for both teams. The Pirates are going to lead off with Ke'Bryan Hayes, Brian Reynolds, O'Neill Cruz, Joey Bart, Andrew McCutchen, Tommy Pham. I don't know the guy's first name. Rodriguez, their first baseman. Triolo, their second baseman. And IKF is hitting 9 in the 9 hole as their shortstop. For the Yankees today, we have Ben Rice leading off as our DH, followed by Aaron Judge, our right fielder. Jazz Chisholm, 3 hole as the second baseman. We have Paul Goldschmidt cleaning up. Austin Wells in the 5 hole. Anthony Volpe hit 6th. Trent Grisham in center field, hitting 7th. Jason Dominguez hitting 8th in left field. And we have Oswaldo Cabrera hitting 9th at third base. So it's a little tempered roster, a bit different than lineup than we've had. It appears that we're going lefty-righty against Keller. Kellerin had the first win of the season for the Pirates against the Marlins. Take from it what you will. He was able to handle a not very good team. We'll go over the team leaders for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading the team in batting average is IKF at 333. Comment from Real Bill. I like this batting order. I agree with you. I think it's well-rounded. Have the lefty-righty shift that I like. Don't have a lot of dead spots in the lineup. The lineup looks pretty long, and I think that'll fare well for us. Adam Frazier is the number 2 for batting average for the Pirates with a 263. O'Neill Cruz 241, and Joey Bart at 250. Home runs, they've only gotten 4. O'Neill Cruz has 2 of them. Nick Gonzalez has 1, and Andrew McCutchen has 1. RBIs, Adam Frazier leads the team with 4, tied with O'Neill Cruz. We have Nick Gonzalez with 2 and Andrew McCutchen with 2. For the pitching side of the house, if you look at the leaders, okay. Real Bill has got the weather for today in Pittsburgh. 55 to 58 for the game, cloudy, which helps us in the field. Okay. For pitching stat leaders for the Pirates, you only have to say Paul Skeens because he leads everything. 1 win, 1.46 ERA, 13 strikeouts. Fortunately for the Yankees, we don't face him this go-around. I think he pitched last night. The Pirates bullpen, they've got some folks. Bednar was their closer. He got hammered in 3 straight games, and they have relieved him of his duties. So I'm not exactly sure who the Pirates closer is. I know they have some ex-Yankees on there. They have Caleb Ferguson from our team last year in the pen. They also have Dennis Santana from our squad last year that's in their pen. So some familiarity there for us, some familiarity there for them. I think that the big test for us is going to be our ability to hit left-handers. We did such a poor job last season. The worst pitcher in baseball, Corbin Carroll, came up against us. He shut us out, and we made him look like a Cy Young pitcher. As did almost every left-hander that we saw, and we'll be facing 2 this weekend. So some of the imports that we brought in, Paul Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger, hit left-handed pitching very well. This season, Ben Rice seems to be hitting left-handed pitching a lot better than he did last year. Well, hell, he's doing everything better than he did last year. I am curious how this team is going to change when we get Giancarlo Stanton back, who are we going to lose off of our 26-man roster to make a spot for him? I don't think Ben Rice will be going anywhere. I think that he has shown that he's earned a spot there. Maybe Pablo Reyes may be in trouble. Possibly Oswald Peraza. Okay. For the bullpen, or for the rotation, actually, we have Clark Schmidt in the process of getting stretched out. Possibly going to see him in a couple of weeks. So, who from the rotation gets knocked out? Stroman, Carrasco, Warren. It's not going to be Rodon. It's not going to be Fried. And will that person move into the bullpen as a long relief arm? Don't know. Some interesting decisions to be made. And some of the concern, I was going to drop another video on this topic particularly. You know, we're 6 games into the season. The team is 4-2, but it just appears that Yankee Nation is not satisfied. I saw a post yesterday that we should send Jason Dominguez down to the minor leagues because he's a bust. He's not ready to be a major leaguer. After 6 games, I don't know how the hell you can make that judgment. He hasn't played any prolonged period of time in the majors. His first stint up, he had 10 games. He had spot starts last year. So panic with him and his outfield play. Last night, he had a few hits towards him. He did a decent job. Against Gallen, he had 3 strikeouts, which people didn't like. Well, Judge had 3 strikeouts. Chisholm had 4 strikeouts. There were a lot of players who had a shitload of strikeouts. There seems to be a outcry for another starting pitcher. Don't know who the hell we would go after. I've seen Alcantara as one of the possible options, but I'm telling you, the Marlins are not going to trade him this early in the season. If he gets moved, it will be probably somewhere near the deadline, and whoever picks him up is going to pay a king's ransom for his services. Real Bill got into a discussion with some Yankee fans yesterday, told them to take a deep breath and calm the hell down. Wow, some of these folks are unbearable. Well, I've been fighting Twitter war with that for several months now, and I look at some of the content from other YouTubers and tend to shake my head a lot. A lot of talking points, not a lot of fact-based information. There have also been several trade talks for a right-handed hitting third baseman. At this point, I just don't see the need. Cabrera has done a solid job as our starter. I think the problem that we're going to have is when DJ actually comes back from the IL, are the Yankees going to bring him up? Are they going to put him on the roster? And are they going to dump one of our players for him? What kind of productivity are we going to get out of DJ? How long will he last? He's been injured quite a lot. And what his value added to the team is, I don't know. It wasn't a plus at the plate. You saw lapses in his fielding ability. I think that DJ would be decent utility person because of his positional versatility. But as an everyday starter, I just don't see it. Uh, the need for a third baseman, I don't really see it either. I mean, we have plenty of offense with the lineup that we have. So if we have a spot that isn't producing league average, is it really going to kill us? I think not. I just don't understand why fans are in such an uproar about adding players. And if we do add the players, who are you willing to lose? I saw a trade that was in one of the sports affiliates, and it was mentioned on Jason's stream, 161 River Ave. Royce Lewis from the Twins to the Yankees for Oswald Peraza, Henry Lulani, and Cam Schlittler. Well, Lewis is a right-handed hitter with decent defensive metrics. He does definitely have pop in his bat. My problem with him is he has an extensive injury history. In 21, he had ACL surgery, missed most of the season. 22, he had ACL surgery, missed most of the season. Through his first 4 seasons, his composite total of games is, I think, 152 games total. He suffered lat strains, quad strains, hamstring issues. So if we're trading for a player and you're trading 2 real quality pitchers that, in my personal opinion, I believe have a future with the Yankees, and a guy who is out of options, I mean, I really wouldn't have an issue trading Peraza, but both of the other 2 pitchers I got an issue with. So I mean, I wouldn't pull the trigger on that trade myself. Let's see some of the comments. My friend Jonathan, I am not making that trade. Okay. John Beagledad, yeah, because we may get a player with only 1 year of control left. No, thank you. Actually, with Royce, I think there's 3 or 4 years of control left with him. But like I said earlier, the question is, what the hell? Sorry, something popped up on my screen. If we were to pull the trigger for a trade like Royce, how much time are we going to actually see him on the field? And if we're making a trade, it would be, I would tend to think, for an impact player, a guy that's going to make the difference. Right now, the only really impact player that you have as far as defense is concerned is Nolan Arenado. But he comes with a price tag that's ridiculous. Don't like his price tag. Don't like the duration of his contract. I don't like his deferral money. Makes it a little bit harder on Yankee fans because Arenado, when we saw him through spring training, didn't look too good. But apparently he's come out and he's had a hot start. So changing our team around, I don't think there's a need for it now. I think the closer we move to the deadline, we'll know exactly what we have. It's just too early in the season. We have bats that have been doing well. I mean, at the pace they're at, it's not sustainable through the season. But I think they can be reasonable to where we're scoring over 5 runs a game, which puts any team in contention to win a game. When we get our when we get our relief, our reinforcements back from the IL, we will move more towards center, where our pitching is more what we expect. We have some hellacious arms sitting down there, rehabbing their way back to the major leagues. Let's see. Real Bill's got a comment that I'm going to bring up. I would love to see the Yankees stay with what we have. It took a whole season to settle on the middle infield combo. Cabrera's playing a solid third base, and I'm willing to sacrifice 60 to 90 points of batting average. Don't disagree with you one bit, Bill. Matter of fact, I made a similar statement earlier. Stephen B. Bats are good, but need an upgrade at third base. All right, Stephen. Why do we need an upgrade at third base? And if we make that upgrade, who would you upgrade for if we could possibly get them? I'll give you a second to answer. One of the guys that I had looked at during the free agency period when we were making trades, Matt McClain from the Cincinnati Reds. They figured a way to get him in the lineup, and he is gangbusters. He is doing great in Cincinnati. Cincinnati isn't doing so well, but his offense certainly is. Tito has found a way to employ him, and he is doing well. So I don't think that he'll be available, a viable option at the trade deadline. Brendan Donovan was another one that we talked about. Don't possibly available at the trade deadline. Not sure. Actually, I'm not sure what his stats are right now. He's on my fantasy baseball team, but my league actually kicks off on Monday. So I haven't really been tracking his stats. Guys, got anything else you want to talk about? This series, last series? Like I said yesterday. All right. Stephen B. comment. I like bat to update because of the weak bat and what Cabrera makes unique plays everywhere. Weak bat is regular, and you'd like Donovan for third base. Well, I don't think that there's anybody who would not like Brendan Donovan for third base. Is he available? Not sure. Cabrera, he is a much more useful tool to the Yankees as a utility person. But if we bring DJ back, which we're paying him $15 million a pop, invariably he's going to show back up in this lineup. Do we need two of them? Are we going to make DJ the everyday third baseman? That is not one scenario that I would like to see come to fruition. I think we have a solid squad. I'd like the team to stick with the squad. Aaron Boone has a job juggling the lineup. I think that he's done pretty good at it. If I had a bitch about Boone, it would probably be the way he has employed our bullpen. The pitcher that gave up the grand slam, trying to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I think they left him in one batter too many. Leiter and Hill not pitching well in game 2. I think was an albatross, maybe a symptom of being used excessively early in the season. Comment from Stephen B. I'd rather see Peraza get a shot and DJ on the bench. My personal opinion in reference to DJ is he needs to be DFA'd. That is a popular opinion. Around a lot of Yankee fans. Is it a realistic one? Huh. Do we think that the Yankees are going to DFA another $30 million and pay this guy to do nothing? I don't see it. Real Bill. Bring his comment up. The bullpen needs to pick it up. I think some aspects of the bullpen, sure. Better use in situational pitching would probably be something that I think Boone needs to worry about. All right. Ken, DFA DJ needs time to happen. He's made a glass. Well, I'm not arguing the point that his productive use as a major leaguer on the Yankees is not there. But Bill brings up the point. They have too much cash tied up in DJ. And our team does not gain any benefit with regard to DFA and DJ other than we open up a roster slot that we don't need. Could they stash him on the IL for the season? Possibly. Got to figure out an injury to put him there with. But the way Boone talked at his press conference, we're probably talking we have a hiatus for about 30 days or so before he is going to be major league ready. So, that being said, it's going to be a problem that we're going to have to deal with sooner than later. Bill, the bullpen picking it up. I would like to see a healthy Johnny Loizaga show back up because he could, if his stuff is back to his normal way, you could have a 1A and 1B setup guy for Devin Williams. Both those guys have Loizaga and Weaver have incredible stuff. I mean, between those three arms, that would shorten a game. I mean, that would essentially put you at a 6-inning game if we were in postseason. All right, let's see what Steven has to say. All right. Ken, DFA DJ needs to happen. The guy can't stay healthy and hasn't produced in 2 years. Actually, it's about a year and a half because the second half of the season 2 years ago, he was hitting 270 and was doing very well. That's why I think they were seriously looking at him taking over as the full-time third baseman. His liability on defense and bat, not there. Saw lapses in his defense last season. Not disagreeing with you there. His bat definitely wasn't there last season. rather see a cheap guy who has more production and costs peanuts in salary. No arguments there. But if you DFA DJ, you're still paying him. And it still goes against our Cohen threshold money. Like I said, the only thing that we're gaining is a roster slot. Jonathan, follow-up comment. Yankees don't want to eat the remaining money for DJ from a DFA. More likely to DFA him next season when he's owed $15 million. Follow up with Bill. True, I think Boone is getting some bad info from the bullpen coaching staff. Still think that there are some relievers that are having clock problems. Are you referring to pitch clock, Bill? I think, all right. Definitely a possibility for a veteran type pitcher. These guys that are coming up out of the minor leagues, they've seen pitch clock for years, as well as the ABS system. And Stephen B. comment, Jonathan, we ate Hicks and had more on his contract and more years. And we are still paying for it. He hasn't played in the major leagues for 3 years, but he's still getting paid from the Yankees. Well, that is a interesting segment, for what to do in the future. I think that unlike at the beginning of the season, everyone after Cole went down, after Hill went down, was waving the white flag and cashing in the season. With our bats, people said that we couldn't hit home runs, couldn't score runs. Well, early in the season, the team has proven that that is not a true statement. Defense has had some mental turds, but for the most part has been all right, at least with regard to infield / outfield. We haven't seen any egregious errors from young Jason Dominguez during the regular season. He hasn't cost us a game. The kid is learning. He's going to need time to learn. His bat is picking up, and honestly, with the pitchers that we're facing this weekend, I'm curious if Booney is going to have Dominguez out there facing both left-handers, or whether he's going to sit them and do an amalgamation with Grisham in the outfield. But I know that Dominguez does not hit left-handed pitching, batting right-handed very well. His strikeout against A.J. Puck in the bottom of the ninth on Wednesday was some of the worst swings I've seen by a major leaguer. Let's see what we have here. A little bit of back and forth between Jonathan and Stephen B. about the merits of giving contracts to players over 30, at least long-term ones. I mean, honestly, Stephen, when the Yankees gave Aaron Hicks his extension, I don't think there was anybody who was really complaining at the time. He was a top 10 hitter in the major league, good defensive player. After he had his ACL injury, never the same player again. But we were on the hook for a long term deal. I mean, the Yankees haven't had good luck extending players and it going well. I mean, Luis Severino, we signed him, extended him out for quite a few years when he was young. And it didn't work out for us. Severino was hurt often, and I think that may be a reason that the organization may be reluctant to extend Wells or Volpe. I mean, hell, we have Aaron Judge, and the Yankees didn't extend him, and some of it was based on injury concerns that Judge has had, being such a large player playing. But all in all, us not extending him cost us a lot of money in the long run. Nothing compared to the Otani and Soto contracts. Okay. All right, fellas. I have gone over the preview for the Pirates and the Yankees. Did a little bit talking about possible trades to improve the lineup, and some of the possible moves when folks come back from the injured list. So I'm going to close this one out. If you haven't, please like, comment, and for those who haven't or come in later, subscribe. If you think that there is value for other people in this content, shoot them to it, and we will see you at the ball game. Yankees play today at 4:10. Hope to see everyone there. Let's go Yankees.